What is up, guys? My name's Yen. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, as you guys can see, everything will be timestamped in the video today, and we're going to be talking about some sim news as well as a new life simulation game that has the whole community talking. Now, I'm sure all of your favorite creators have already made videos to this, but of course, I wanted to make my own. Now, Life by You actually took to Twitter stating that they are going to be entering early access on September 12th, 2023 on Epic and Steam. And guys, that is this year. Now, Life by You is also made by the team Paradox, who is also famously known for City Skylines. If you guys aren't familiar with City Skylines, it is one of the biggest Sims builder simulations when it comes down to city building. And guys, it's just top tier. It's so big. They are even announcing City Skylines 2, which is supposed to be coming out again later this year. And everyone is just so excited in the simulation community. Of course, I will be getting to tweets towards a little bit in the middle of the video, but we are actually going to talk about why this is so interesting. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, Sim City was actually one of the first simulation games to be built, and then afterwards, Paradox took over with City Skylines. Rob Humble, who was a former ex-employee of The Sims, is actually now on the Life by You team, and thanks to Cinematically, we actually have a very good insight on exactly the things that he said, and he did mention the other thing we're trying to do from a gameplay perspective is make a very, very deep game. In fact, maybe the deepest game I've ever worked on, because I really wanted to add a large amount of gameplay to the subject and the genre I'm approaching. Now, of course, this sent the Sims community in a frenzy, as well as other creators as well that's just really into life simulation games. I mean, when the trailer dropped, guys, it looks amazing, and the best part is it says all footage captured in game build. It's not like how the Sims drops trailers, and of course the trailer is nothing as what we see in time. This is the actual game itself, and they did say that this is going to be early, it's going to be early access. So once it releases in September, it's still early access, and then I'm guessing the actual game itself is not going to be coming out till 2024. So we have a little time, but guys, I have to admit this does look very, very promising. I mean, down to the open world, to expanding your creativity, to being able to take direct control, drag and drop your humans into their place, or drive them directly in third-person mode. You can also tell stories through conversations and design your own world. Guys, it gets so deep, and I'm just very ready to. It's giving me a mixture of like Grand Theft Auto meets The Sims meets like simulation, and like I don't know, like honestly, it's giving me its own genre. It's giving me Life by You, and maybe we shouldn't compare it because maybe it's going to be so deep, it's just going to be its own game, and it's just not even comparable. I don't know. It does kind of look like every single thing that we've ever complained about in the Sims community is now in this game. So I don't know. Do you guys think that it's like a little bit more of an expectation? Do you feel like maybe Rob Humble is aware of the fact that the Sims is already on edge because of a lot of its players have been complaining a lot about the lack of transparency and the bugs and glitches that comes with the game? Now, again, this is going to be for Windows, and we're going to get into that actually in just a little bit as far as specs. But guys, what do you guys think about it being open world? I mean, this takes it on to a whole nother level, and I'm actually really curious as to, would you guys be interested in seeing this on this channel, or should I go ahead and make a second one to be playing this game, because I do plan on getting this. Now, we finally have a face to Rob Humble, and because they took to the live stream for their brand new trailer releasing, we actually have Rob Humble here himself saying general manager and Paradox, you know, he's part of the team, and of course he is one of the ex-employees of The Sims. Now, as you guys can see during the live stream, people were going insane, and towards the right you can see the comment section going crazy, and I actually want to get into some statements thanks to Cinematically that Rob Humble made. He said, "I don't think he'll mind me telling the story in an interview. When I took over The Sims, I went to visit Max co-founder and Sims creator Will Wright. I was taking over his baby, so I wanted to go and kiss the ring, and he's a great guy, but I asked him what I thought was a smart question, which was, looking back, what's the one thing you would take away from The Sims? What's something you regret putting in that wasn't needed, or the game would be more efficient without?" And he looked at me like bulldogs do with this sort of pitying look, and he said, "I wouldn't take out anything. I would add more. More is more." The idea of taking away gameplay didn't even occur to him. And I found that pretty interesting, because Thematically also tweeted saying, on the 10th anniversary of the game of, Ocean Quigley, creative director of SimCity 2013, talks about how EA pushed the game too early and forced the online mode to promote Origin, resulting in a poor reception and the death of the series. Now, that is very interesting, considering Paradox actually took over when it came down to SimCity, because EA was so busy rushing everything that when it came out, it wasn't its final product, and this is what happened and led to, City Skylines being able to take over. Now, if you do go onto Steam and you go on look for Epic Gaming as well, you will find that early access is going to be soon. There is a lot of people that have already added this to their wish list, as well as ready to pre-order as soon as this comes out. Now, I'm very curious, do you guys think that this is too early in the game for them to be releasing statements talking about the life and early release. I'm very curious to hear your opinions in the comments, and we're going to get into a couple of tweets that people made right after the release of the brand new trailer by Life by You. So we're going to get into this. So someone by the name of @EvanLee24 said, I just know high-ranking EA officials are somewhere shaking at the idea of having competition in their essential monopoly over the life simulation market being changed. Someone else by name, of course, thematically said, NGL, Life by You started off very aggressively with some shady references to the Sims 4 early access, to the trailer partnerships with big simmer creators, and the pre-order exclusives for Epic Games. I hope they don't fall off their high horse too hard. Someone else by the name of PicoYugo8 said, yeah, I perceived the same thing, and it was like, with this new game, you can do what EA haven't done. I was like, toss, but I think the idea of the game is quite good. I just hope they improve some things. Someone else by the name of Lady Andrick said, Life by You will not destroy EA. I don't know why people think that. It will, however, bring some much needed competition to a genre that has never had any. I am very much looking forward to learning more about the game. Someone else by the name of course _fake gamer girl, and I love all of her videos. She does go on to say, Life by You has no rabbit holes or loading screens. You can go to work and control your characters at work too. You can also switch to anyone and any time. Character creation is also super in depth with the ability to choose your age, sexual preferences, sexual identity, and more. Someone else by the name of Coco Aline said, I hate to be an aesthetic person, but every game that's going to replace The Sims does not interest me graphically. They either look flat or something from the 2000s, and it'll also cut off a lot of players because of low specs. I do want a new life simulation game though. So with all that being said, a lot of people are speculating, okay, if Life by You can announce their game and come out, what the heck is taking Paralives so long? And if you guys aren't familiar with Paralives, it is another upcoming life simulation game that has been in the run for about a couple of years now, and a lot of people are speculating, is this game even real? Is it a hoax? Are they faking it? Are they being money hungry? And guys, I'm starting to question things just a little bit too, but I'm very curious as to hear what you guys have to say. Now, they do have a development progress there on their channel, and if you guys do go on their website, they do show pretty clearly about the development since 2019. So this has been going on for a while. They have 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and of course we are on the 5th year of them making this. We are on 2023 now. Do you guys think this is going to be coming out anytime soon? And a lot of people are speculating the fact that they make over $38,000 a month from their 8,000 Patreons. What is going on, and why hasn't even early access begun releasing, and why hasn't there a statement been out? So what do you guys think? I think it's a little bit of a mixture of both. To be honest, I do feel like it's like at the end of the day, it's like, come on, like even if people aren't in early access or are not subscribed to your Patreon, I do feel like you guys at the end of the day should be saying something as far as when can we at least expect a release date, or maybe some early access, or maybe even like maybe some beta going on. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what the game is even about at this point, because there has been so many life simulation games that have just crossed them. And I understand that they are an indie company and they don't have that many people on their team, but guys, it's been 5 years. I don't know. You guys let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and opinions on that, because that is just very interesting to me. Now, of course, with the new release of Growing Together, a lot of people have been having a lot of fun, while some people have been speculating other things, and just, you know, the comments have been like honestly 50-50. So I'm very curious. Now, we do know that the build and buy was not everyone's favorite when it came down to the expansion pack. A lot of people did feel like there was a lot of missing items, but in specific, I do want to get into a very interesting speculation that a subscriber had actually pointed out to me, and we're going to get into that in just a second. But I do want to do a mini recap because I want this to make sense to you guys. So a couple of days ago, I did post the fact that Miss Manny09 said, I don't care, I think this is pretty much proof that the baby changing tables were supposed to be base game content, or at least the intent to make one of them base game. These changing tables are literally base game swatches of a dresser, and as you guys can see, it is the exact same aesthetic. If you guys aren't familiar with Kindermaid is actually a kind of a base game brand that, you know, the simmers have used, like the sim gurus. They basically made it into like this whole thing when it came down to the Sims. And someone said, thanks to a simmer finding this thread, according to the attached thread, this was pre-planned. I'm sorry, but this is not okay. I don't care what anyone says. This is recycled swatches and aesthetics. The new animation attached to the object is not an excuse either to not release it in base game. And Sim Guru Nova actually confirmed this, saying, does anybody remember Kindermaid, a brand we created for build and buy for a few pieces for the base game? And as you guys can see, she goes ahead and links these items down below in pictures, and you guys can clearly see that these are actually base game brands that she has made. So with that being said, she does say, just to clarify, the pictures and the tweets are existing base game items that introduced the brand news years ago. The new items yet to be pictured are very plentiful and will be growing with together, growing together. Now, I want to thank Townie Sim Builds, and if you guys aren't familiar with his channel, he does amazing builds, but he is actually the one who pointed this out to me, so I highly encourage you guys to go check out his channel. And again, it is Townie Sim's Build, but I actually want to point out something that was from Growing Together, and it was a specific items, and one of them even said dining is groovy, and this was in the Growing Together, and it says enough is enough already. The complaints have still been piling since V2 dropped, so I'm guessing that's a recent update. And it says fine, we give up. You wanted more cushioning, the whole chair is a cushion now. Please stop sending so many complaints to Kindermaid HQ. How about instead you all go Kinder make yourself some friends or get a hobby? So, and then another one said, when we held our quarter board meeting, we to identity waste appeal to today's younger generation, titled whatever you say consumer, okay consumer. Our goal was to make this the most snatched rocking chair we've ever made. That's right, this rocking chair slaps. Sheesh, the soft fabric really hits different, doesn't it? High key, this chair is looking like a snack, and if you don't buy it, well, that's a big yikes. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Do y'all think that the Sims could be possibly throwing shade to the community because one, they always feel like we're always complaining when it comes down? First of all, I'm gonna keep it lit, the chairs were ugly in the Growing Together. I already mentioned that in my unpopular review. Now if you don't agree, I mean, at the end of the day, it was an unpopular review, and I also feel like, you know, everybody has their own different tastes. That's the whole point of the Sims. Everybody has what they, you know, what they like. You can pick and choose. You know, it's a life simulation game. You do what you want. You know, I personally didn't like the chairs, but a lot of people always do complain about the chairs. Either one, not having the right swatches, and two, they just be looking outdated and just, it's just not it. You know, I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. I know a lot of people did like it. Some people didn't. You know, it's just all about preference. But again, I don't like, now that I'm looking at the description, that does sound very like passive aggressive. Like, I'm gonna need them to relax if they are. But do you guys think that the Sims could possibly be throwing shade at the community for always consistently having something to say no matter what they do? And I agree, as a Simmer, we are always consistently talking about, you know, the next thing, but the reason we jump so fast into the next thing after they drop something is because when they drop something originally, it fizzles out within 1 to 2 days, if at most a week. I don't know, you guys let me know, comment down below, how do you guys feel about that? I just feel like, you know, the Infants was cute, fizzled out. Growing Together was fun, and people are still, you know, I think it's still fresh and new because people are still making, you know, a lot of CCs around it. But I'll give it a month. It's gonna fizzle out until people start making other content again. I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about that. But with all that being said, with the new Life by You and with Rod Humble finally making a face appearance, because I've never seen him in my life. Like, I'm like, if he was walking down the street, I would not be like, oh my gosh, this is Rod Humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially as a Simmer, I would never know that. To be honest, I would have never known. But do you guys think that The Sims 4 was actually throwing shade at the Sims community? I am very curious to hear your answers about that. And again, we are on the road to 20K, and I know this sounds corny, but I want to thank each and every one of you so deeply because you guys have really just been so supportive throughout this entire channel, and I'm really so grateful at the fact that we together built this community here, and this is what this community is all about. I say this all the time, but I cannot express enough how grateful I am for every single each one of you for not only supporting, subscribing. I don't care if you're a silent watcher and you don't even comment. At the end of the day, I appreciate you, okay? Because like, it's so cool to me to see the community we have built together, and we're able to have discussions and keep it respectful in the comments and just be able to talk all things Sims. Again, thank y'all so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.